Welcome to MLB Prop Pick Show, powered by the Bat on Covers. Thanks for joining us here every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:30 a.m. I'm Josh Ingles. He's Derek Carty. Hi to everybody there in the chat. Boys are fired up for a Wednesday show. 3-2, socials 0-2, but the walks were hitting on the social play. Some big plus 155s. We're back on walks again today. Is it safe to say that like the walks this year are like last year's stolen bases?
Like I don't think anything's going to be like I think it was 3 years ago stolen bases were just insane. But yeah, the walks market this year has been really good. And unfortunately, the last couple of weeks, I have noticed this market moving throughout the day more than it used to, which I don't love to see. But I mean, it's kind of inevitable. But yeah, we got a few good ones today.
I don't know if what the market is, but I put that the sweatiest bet into the account this morning. The George Kirby under 0.5 walks.
I did that one last week.
Yeah. Did you get it last week or no? Did it hit?
Yeah, it was like plus 195. It hit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the sweatiest one. You can't watch it, but I think it hits at a 50% rate and it's like plus 180 because nobody really wants to go out there and bet. Oh, that's a sweaty one, but we'll see how things go today. Good to see everybody there in the chat. Let us know any questions. Let's stack up those W's, as they say. Looking for these numbers. Head over to Covers page. Everything powered by the Bat. Matchups. Find them. Projections. Find them. Markets. Shopping around. Prices. Full analysis. Boom. Everything there from the Bat. And the thing about those analyses is there's a lot of stuff that you didn't know. You didn't know that Petco's like the number 4 hitting park for left-handed hitters or something like that. People just assume Petco is one of the better pitcher parks just because of the size of it. But I think that's what I was reading when I was looking at Ohtani. And I'll get to the Cease thing later. I would love to hear your take on coming off a 117-pitch game and a no-hitter and how that affects your routine the day after. But this is the release procedure here. We'll tell you the book. Hopefully a secondary book will tell you the game, the prop market, the teams, the player, the under, somewhere in that alphabet soup I just spit out is the actual order. But let's get to it before things move. We are going to 365 for play one. Secondary books, 5 points off Caesars, 10 points off DK and MGM. Let's get to the Heat Dome. See the Heat in St. Louis today?
No, I did not actually.
Oh, she's a cooker. They mentioned it yesterday, but Texas at St. Louis.
Oh, wow. Yeah, 95 degrees.
Out of nowhere, right? Like we haven't seen one of those yet. All right. Pitcher walks. We might have to shop around. 10 points gone. We can't go to Caesars because they don't have a web page, right? Caesars is the one that doesn't have the web page anymore. Yes.
I think MGM, at least they did have 5 points off, which would. Oh wait, no, hold on. What am I looking at?
Last time I saw they were the same price.
You know what? This is going to be our best line, I think. Still, let's just take this.
All right, let's go. Rookie pitcher Michael McGreevy under 1.5 walks, plus 115. McGreevy under 1.5 walks, plus 115 there. Was plus 125. She's moved 110 to 115 with the Heat index. What? Takuchi, is this real? 125 at DK. Is that real?
That would be nice if it is.
It was 115 the last time, unless it went the wrong way.
Yeah, I think
I'll see 105 on DK. Okay.
Yeah, this was plus 135 at 365 like an hour ago, and it's clearly been moving down. This one shows a lot of value. Any plus number, you're going to be fine hitting this at. That's projecting 1.2. McGreevy's a guy who, like, you look at his profile and he's not striking a lot of guys out, but he's kind of like that guy without great stuff that has pretty good control and command. So I like this one. I liked it a lot at plus 135. I still like it at plus 115.
Yahtzee said the EV Analytics Twitter put it
I'm
out.
going to need to get in touch with whoever's running that account and tell them not to tweet out the plays that I want to talk about.
I think that's 2 days in a row. I think they were mentioning it yesterday, but no. That Bassett, looking back at it, I got big on that Bassett play. That Bassett play was fantastic yesterday.
Yeah,
but 1.5 walk.
Get the rain, but it's still it was an easy no sweat one anyway.
Absolutely. Quick question before we get to it: how do you price rookies? Like, because we see that it's the most inefficient market for books to price, as we're seeing with a 20-point move on a kind of slightly soft market.
Rookies are always going to have, a wider range of outcomes, wider error bars than major league players will, just because the data that we have to work with is not as good as major league data. We work with the minor league data. We try to convert it as best we can into a major league equivalency based on, the level of competition that they were playing at, their age, the experience at the level, all kinds of stuff, the parks they were playing in. But at the end of the day, minor league data is not as robust as major league data. And so, projection is not going to be as good in a vacuum, but there's still, at this number, there's still plenty of value. I have no problem hitting a guy like McGreevy here.
Jesus, that line just keeps on moving. Release number 2. Let's keep going. ESPN. Secondary books, MGM, DraftKings, I believe 5 points off. Washington, Arizona. Poor Patrick Corbin, just going out there making a paycheck. Hey, I thought they were going to leave him in for 6 innings, just like allowing 15 runs. He just, all right, 5 points.
That was some game.
He struggled. Washington, Arizona, pitcher walks. Let's go. Number 2. Arizona's Zac Gallen, under 1.5 walks plus 110. Gallen, under 1.5 walks allowed plus 110. Let's see if this one moves. I don't know if this one moves as fast as some of the other ones. Oh, that's what Yahtzee said. They put out the canning play. That was the one that moved. That's what it was. Corbin still made under 3.5K sweaty. Yeah, Michael Zimmerman, because they don't care. They're like, you have to go out there, Patrick. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you give up 11 earned runs. You need to pitch.
That is.
Like, I had it under 17.5 outs, and I was worried that they were just going to say, nope, go out there. All right, so it doesn't move. All right. Oh, jeepers. Okay, 15-point movement there on ESPN after a bit of delay, but maybe 30 seconds after getting hit. Yeah, it was Andrew Brennan. If he dies, he dies. Earn that paycheck.
Yeah, that's a good analogy for it.
Yeah. All right. Gallen, we got the number. Let's go. Number 3.
His walks are. Yep, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. We didn't even touch on why Zac Gallen's under. Yeah, but what's the projection here? What do you like for Gallen?
His walks have been up a little bit this year, but historically they've been a lot better. We have to expect a little bit of regression facing a Nationals team that, this projects as the lowest walk rate team on the slate. They traded Lane Thomas yesterday, who was one of their more walk heavy guys. They traded Jesse Winker a couple days ago, and he was walking at an absurd rate. So this team now, especially with the downgrades they've kind of made at the trade deadline, this is a team that really just does not draw walks. And so I like this one quite a bit.
All right. Yeah. 9 walks over his last 2 starts, obviously pushing that up to where it is, but still 50% hit rate on this, better than 50 over his 17 starts. 3. Let's go. 365 secondary books, MGM, DraftKings. I believe 5 or 10 points off this line. Dodgers, San Diego. That's where we are. How is Gavin Lux hitting in the 3 spot in the Dodgers? Like, you look at that lineup, you look at the amount of money that they're spending, and you look at that lineup, and you're like, oh, no. It's not great. That is even money here, still a good spot?
Yeah, we lost 5 points, but we'll still take that.
Yeah, it's my fault. That's my fault. As always, let's go. Hits against, hits allowed. Let's go. Clayton Kershaw, even money, under 4.5. Hits allowed. Clayton Kershaw, under 4.5 hits allowed. Even money. I don't know if you caught his other start. It was pretty awesome to see like him get in trouble and then just have to drop the hook on absolutely everybody. It's just really fun to watch Clayton Kershaw, who in his prime was the most dominant pitcher of my generation. No.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, surefire Hall of Famer. Kershaw is probably one of the best pitchers in history. Not the same guy anymore. Stuff Plus didn't look much better than it did last year in his first start back. Hopefully another start under the belt, he will look a little bit sharper. They've kind of said that they think he's in a better spot than he was coming off the injury last year. Not a great matchup, but really what this comes down to is Kershaw still hopefully being semi-Kershaw and volume. They said they're going to keep the guardrails on him for at least the first 3 or 4 starts. That's probably going to mean around 70 pitches or so, and that's really kind of what we're banking on here with this.
Nice. All right, so got that. Seeing some minus 105s at MGM. Still a buy there. The minus 120 at DraftKings might be a bit deep.
Yeah, minus 120 I'm out on. I would hit minus 105. Minus 110 is probably, or minus 110 is probably kind of right where I'm deciding whether I'm in or out.
Mike Taylor says bet 99 is plus 120.
That had to be for
that's not a widely
Gallen, maybe.
That's local Canadian Ontario book. 120 is a giant number. If you have it, yeah, certainly get up there. Someone says Gavin Lux is on fire. Sure, he is, but he's not the guy to be hitting behind Shohei Ohtani at the top of the order. That's just me. Rangers. Forgot about the Rangers. Yahtzee, thanks for bringing that back up. I'm sure Mr. Mick does too. And he puts it up. All right, let's go. Final play. And we'll get into this. We're at 365 for this one. Secondary books. DraftKings MGMs, I believe. I think they're the only books that are putting this out. Yankees, Phillies. Just a seesaw battle in that game last night. And there's no way. Jazz Chisholm has to go behind Judge in the order now, right? They can't have Austin Wells.
I would have to think they're moving Jazz after the last couple of days.
Yeah. All right. We're going hitter walks. 210 still there. 210 still there. Got that one. Let's go. Bryce Harper over 0.5 walks plus 210. Harper over 0.5 walks plus 210. There were 3 intentional walks from the Yankees to the Phillies last night. 2 of those came in extra innings. 1 of those came to Bryce Harper. That would be a nice layup for plus 210, eh? A nice little intentional walk.
Yeah, I hope we don't have to wait till extra innings for it, but however we get there, I'll take it.
No, but there is something to beat. 2 playoff teams.
Oh, for sure.
Number 3 hitter, right? Who's hitting behind Harper right now? Casty?
That's a good question. It might be Bohm.
Yeah, you're right. I think it is Bohm. Yeah, but I mean, second base open with 2 out. You're probably not facing Harper, especially with a righty facing Harper, right? The IBB is in play always in this spot, no?
Absolutely, especially for a guy like Harper, and that is in the projection, the chance for an intentional walk. Harper's one. It's weird. I've bet his over walks a bunch of times this year, and it's been profitable. And you wouldn't think so because he's a star and he's a guy that everyone knows can draw a walk. But for some reason, we get good odds on him sometimes. I think what it comes down to, and I'm almost afraid to say it because I think a lot of the
don't give the edge away.
Yeah, in case there's any spies from the books in the chat here, but
they're not going to change the number. Before you say they're not going to change the number, they'll let us change the number.
Right, but they might change the way they evaluate the market as a whole. A lot of the value I think we find on batter walks markets, you'll see we do a lot of lefty versus lefty walks. Harper's a lefty against a lefty in Cortez, and generally lefty-lefty matchups favor the pitcher to an extreme extent. The hitter does not do very well when it's left.
Not a comfortable place to be for a left-handed hitter.
However, when you look at walks, the effect is pretty minimal for lefty on lefty. And I think the books are expecting it to be larger than it actually is. And that's why we get value on something like this.
So if you're looking across the market, someone like how they price it. So you got someone like Bryce Harper here at plus 200 or better,
Plus
or
210,
plus
you got it.
195. Aaron Judge is minus 190.
I know.
That,
Like, it doesn't really make any sense. Like,
no.
Harper and Judge walk at almost the same rate. Like, it's just I don't get it. You would expect Harper almost to be priced at that number, the same as Judge, but for whatever reason, they don't price Harper that way.
So to me, it just shows me that the books are just pricing like the high end guys who everybody, I mean, Yankees games, right? Like pay Yankees tax, just the higher volume guys that they pay attention to that they might set a different line to.
Yeah, I think that's all it is really, because I mean, if you flipped their numbers, you'd price them almost the same. I think it's the name value on Judge, and for whatever reason, they're not applying that same name value adjustment to Harper.
Yeah, and there's some good points there in the chat. As always, Matthew Berger says lineup just got out. Looking at it now, no trade in the 2 spot, but they moved Austin Hayes up to the number 2 spot after a big game the other day from the 9 spot. So it's going to go Schwarber, Hayes, Harper, Bohm, and Casty there in that order. Nothing yet from the Yankees lineup. And then Jerry Davis talking on that point. You do move Chisholm behind Judge, and then all of a sudden you can start probably betting the under on Judge, like minus 190. There must, like, we're laughing at minus 190, but there must be value on the other side of him not to walk.
Yeah, I mean, the bat has shown value on Judge's under walks quite a bit this year. I've lost on it quite a few times. I've stopped doing it because it's one of those things where it's like it's the same angle over and over and over. Judge's walk rate is up this year over where it's been historically for the last several years. The bat's expecting a little bit of regression there. Hasn't happened yet. I don't want to sink 50 units into waiting for that regression to come if it doesn't. But yeah, theoretically, there is value on the under Judge walks.
Yeah, Adam's Digest saying walk markets also don't have the bullpens baked in my opinion. 3rd game of the series, bullpens have been seen. There's value, especially divisional games too. Yeah. Jorge Soler got intentionally walked yesterday too. He's plus 130 for a walk, which is not a price you want to pay for someone in that spot, which is weird because he's a switch hitter. But watch, just keep an eye out on stuff. Find out which teams like to intentionally walk batters, which guys don't want to pitch to guys, which guys are hot in a series. No one needs to pitch to Vlad Guerrero right now. You don't. Like, there is nobody in that lineup. That lineup is absolutely terrible. Baltimore has to take their shots. And I think he's plus 265 for a walk too. He had 2, and then he's walked in 2 of the 3 games in the series. My walk guys today on my card, I think I've got him round robin at 3. I'm trying to figure out a price point where I can round robin them at 2 and still be profitable just getting to Harper, Vlad, Rooker, and Bobby Witt. He's hot. He hopefully gets 5 plate appearances, but he's not really an IBB guy, but it kind of fits the mold in other spots. That's what I got for there. That's what I'm playing on my side. We got lots of afternoon baseball, so hopefully something cashes early. Don't forget to hit the like button. Let's do a quick recap for people just joining us. I think the first one was Michael McGreevy. We started off making his MLB debut. 100-degree heat, though, but under 1.5 walks at plus 115. Then Zac Gallen, same market, plus 110 versus a pretty ugly Nats lineup now after some trades. And then Clayton Kershaw, hopefully with a pretty firm pitch count today, under 4.5 hits, even money there. And then Bryce Harper for a walk at plus 210. Those are the 4 plays. Keep an eye on the Covers Twitter handle. See if we have any social plays, as it's getaway game for a lot of teams. So maybe some weaker lineups, maybe some pinch hit risks that could show some value on some hits, some strikeouts. Keep an eye at that. Appreciate everybody there in the chat. Anything to add, Derek, before we get off here?
No, I think that's it. Hopefully we have a good day today. If I see anything else pop up, we'll put it out on social. And, as always, thanks for joining us in the chat. Thanks for interacting. It's always great to have your guys' support.
Yeah, awesome. Best chat in town. Let's go. Appreciate everybody there. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I'm Josh Ingles. He's Derek Carty. This is MLB Prop Picks powered by the Bat. Be back here Friday, same time, 9:30. See you then.